Hello, greetings everyone, and welcome to today's video. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about how to design a one-bedroom floor plan in Revit. But before then, let me let you guys know something. In this particular video, I actually made mention of our Telegram community a few times. The Telegram community is a free community where we share resources for free and also answer questions of students for free. So if you're going through this particular video and you actually encountered a challenge while trying to practice what was taught, then you can hit us on our Telegram community and then we'll guide you through for free and also help you to resolve it. All right. So let me let you guys enjoy the class. Learn well. Okay.
Alright, so good day guys and welcome to today's video. So in this video, we are going to be discussing um, intently how to design a floor plan. Alright, so we've actually done the theory aspect, let's do the practical aspect. And in this practical aspect, we are going to be dealing with different floor plan. We have the one bedrooms floor plan, a two bedroom bungalow, 3 bedroom bungalow, 4 bedroom bungalow, and 5 bedroom bungalow. All right. So remember, I want you guys to learn very well. So please do well to take notes. All right. So now let's go ahead. Okay. So now let's just go ahead and open the step-by-step guide I sent to you guys on how to design a floor plan. All right. So let's go ahead and open it, and then we have it. Yeah. So now let's just go ahead to number one. It's a gathering of information. All right. So right now we don't have a client. I am the client. I am the architect. All right. So now I'm just going to be giving you what the brief look like. So now I want to design a a one bedroom. Sorry, that was the first one we're having on our list, right? A one bedroom. So in the one bedroom, I want my one bedroom to have a toilet inside, which is called your ensuite. All right. So I want it to have a toilet and a bathroom inside the same inside sorry, that can be accessible from the room directly. So it's called your ensuite bedroom. All right. So in my one bedroom, I want a dining. So in my one bedroom, I want a kitchen. In my one bedroom, I want a living room. All right. In my one bedroom, I also want a beautiful entrance porch. In my one bedroom, I also want a rear porch. All right. The rear porch just maybe for the kitchen or a side porch. So any of them, we are our design pattern tends to define for us. All right, so now let's go ahead and let's talk about it. So I'm just going to go ahead now and open the Revit. I've gathered my information. Remember, I'm the client and I'm the architect. All right, so now the next one here is establish your skill. All right, establish your skill. So I've gone ahead, I've gathered my information, right? So I'm going to establish my scale. For this particular scale, I go with on 1/100 most of the time, not even most, every time I go with 1/100, which is called your 2 feet. All right, 1/100 is basically the norm. All right, it's a normal stuff like Revit is just a 1/100. So I'm just going to go ahead right now and then when you're talking about floor plan, Revit is in 1/100, but when you are generating some kind of drawings from Revit, some of them come in different scales. But for me, in my floor plan, I'm going to be using 1/100, all right, which is also called your 2 feet. Now, so let's go. There's no need setting your scale; it's already in 1/100. All right, so new, and then I'm going to browse. Then I'm just going to go back, go to US metric. Oh, nothing there. Okay, default metric, sorry. So click, I'm going to open and then click OK. All right, so I'm just going to erase this my thing from this place. And then the next thing to do is to Control S to save my project. So where will I save my project? I'm just going to go ahead and save it somewhere I can easily locate it. All right, somewhere I can easily locate it. All right, so Now just create a folder and then I'll just type tutorial, right? Okay. So now that's that. So I'm just gonna click this place and just write my one bedroom, one bedroom bungalow. So sorry for that, bungalow, right? So one bedroom. So I'm just gonna save my work in this place, and then that is that. All right, so now we are in our user interface. Remember, it should already be friendly to us right now because I believe we've gone through the courses that was sent, and also we are familiar with the tools that we are seeing in our user interface. All right, so now let's design a one bedroom. Remember, please take notes. And one of the key ways to grab these things so quick is to do it as I do it. All right. So as I'm doing it in my system, you just be doing yours alongside. Pause, play, restart if need be, recap if need be. Just ensure that you get it. All right. So now follow me. Let's go. So the first thing I'm going to be doing, the first thing is I'm going to be setting my wall. Now it is a one bedroom bungalow. So it depends on the brief that comes from the client. If the client say, okay, for this one bedroom bungalow, I want to use my 9 inches block work, that's my 2 to 5 mm block work for the exterior, and for the partitioning, I want to use 150 mm, which is 6 inches block work. All right, so that actually depends on the brief. So now remember, I am the client, I am the architect. So right now, I'm just going to go with 6 inches all through. But basically, it depends on the brief that comes from the client. All right, so now, majorly, it depends on the cost. All right, so just know that 6 inches block work is less has a less cost than your 9 inches block work. All right, so now let's go ahead. So I'm just going to click this place and then I'm having my 150 already there, right? So I'm going to start by drawing my one bedroom already because I don't need to do any editing on my wall anymore because it's already in my 6 inches. All right, remember I'm going with 6 inches wall, which are 150 wall. All right, so let's go ahead. How do you design a floor plan? You've gathered your information, the scale is already set for you. The next step is what? Let's go. I want us to understand this, so I'll take it step by step. Start with a rough sketch. All right, start with a rough sketch. So now, most of us, there are different ways we approach this stuff. There are actually different ways we approach it. All right, you can approach it by starting with a rough sketch on your on a rough book, or you can also approach it by sketching directly on your user interface. All right. So when you are done sketching, you check, you analyze, you see, okay, it's one okay, you delete, you place, modify until you get your final result. All right. So sometimes I just feel it's double work to be sketching on my book and also sketching on my user interface. All right. So it depends on you, it depends on what works for you, but you can sketch on your book if you think that it is too complex for you to sketch directly on your user interface since you are just new to it. So please feel free sketch on your book. When you're done sketching on your book, then go ahead and then insert in your user interface. All right. So now the first step, everybody has their different approach. All right. You can start from right to left. You can start from the approach view to the rev view. You can start from even from your sitting room, because your sitting room is actually one center of attraction in the building. So lobbies going from your sitting room will go to different part of the building. All right, so now I can start from my sitting room. All right, so in the course of this video, I'm going to be starting the design of floor plan from sitting room. So I want us to take notes. Floor plan actually require from you technicality. All right. So you are an architect, you're an engineer. You can't be design a floor plan, and just a layman can easily just go through it and just execute it. I'm not saying make your plan complex, but make it technical and professional. All right. Whether it's one bedroom, make it professional and technical. All right, so let's go ahead. First of all, the way I do mine is I just go ahead and create a rectangle. So remember, I've already clicked wall. All right, so create a rectangle. So I'm just going to adjust. So the first thing is, what is the dimension of the main lawn, that your sitting room? Because I'm going to start it from sitting room. All right, what is the dimension of the sitting room? The sitting room dimension I'm going to be using here, since it's a one bedroom bungalow, I don't need much space for sitting room. All right, because the population in the building is actually just maybe one or two persons. So in the one for one or two persons, they can actually use a 4.5 meter by 4.5 meter sitting room. But basically it actually depends on the brief of the client. All right, so now let's go ahead and let's adjust. Now you can see I've clicked my wall, right? So once I click any wall here, dimension will appear automatically. So it was set by default for it to appear. All right, so now there is it here. I'm just going to click and then I will do my adjustment. All right, so 4.5 meters here, and then in this place I have my 4.5 meters. All right, so now this is my sitting room, right? So the next thing I'm going to be doing is, please take note, it's a sketch first. When you've approved your sketch, you can start putting your doors and windows. All right. So now, and also because I'm the client and architect, I approve the sketch. But in other cases, you have to send it to the client to approve your sketch and say, okay, if the client doesn't understand it, you have to explain to the client. All right. So this is what you want to. This is what you proposed. All right. So the from your brief, this is what we came out with. Check it, sir. If it is okay by you before you go ahead, so not to avoid any unforeseen issues. All right. So now let's go ahead. So I've actually drew the sitting room, right? So the next thing I usually draw is the entering porch. All right. So where do I enter in? Which porch will I use to enter into the sitting room? All right. So the porch I'm going to be using is, let me draw it here. I want something very beautiful. For majorly for one bedroom, you don't have to place so much, what do you call it, so much entry porch. All right, so because it's one bedroom, you want to minimize cost and all that. But let's just go ahead and let's see. All right, so now lest I forget, please, one bedroom bungalow, it depends on the space given to you by the clients to use. Please take note, take note, take note. It depends on the space given to you by your clients to use. If the space is so small, you will have to start reducing your living room, but let it be at least 4 meters by 4 meters. All right. So now let's assume that we are working with 50 by 50. So I'm just going to draw my boundary. All right. So I'm just going to draw my boundary. Okay, boundary, right? So this is my boundary. Let's go and use another line. Let's use the white line. So I will draw the boundary, and let's say that the boundary I'm having is 50 by 50, right? So 50 feet is 15 meters. All right. So I'm just going to go and click 15 meters, right? So now from the other end, 50 feet is what? 15 meters. So I'm just going to edit it and put 15 meters. All right. So now that is that. Okay. So now let's get going. Let's get going. Now I'm gonna move this forward. MV for move shortcut on the keyboard. So good. So now I'm gonna move this sideways. Shift a bit. So now, as we all see, the reason you have to work with your boundaries is because everything will reflect in your site plan. You can't design more than the land given to you. It's a problem. That is actually showing an unprofessional approach. So you have to work very, very painstakingly and trying to work according to the land given to you. Let's assume you are working with 50 by 50, right? So 50 meters by 50 meters. So let's see what we can achieve with this. All right, so now let's go ahead and let's continue what we are doing before. So now I'm going to be drawing the entry porch, right? So I'll just go and then carve out my entry porch. There is it here. So I'm going to go and just edit it. Let's say 3 meters, right? 3 meters. All right. So for this, I'm just gonna go with so please you have to envision the space in your mind. You have to know what 3 meter is. You have to know what, like realistically, you have to know what 3 meter is. You have to know what 2 meter is to draw a plan. All right. So if you don't know what they are, go get a tape and start measuring. What is 3 meter? The space that I am in right now, is it 3 meter? Will it be okay for me to live in? You understand? So you just practicalize these things by yourself. All right. So now I'm going to just go with 3 meters for this particular space. That's for the length, and then for the breadth, I'm going to go with just 2,000. That's 2 meters. All right. So now that is that. So the next thing I'm going to be designing is the ante room. All right, the ante room. So for the ante room, I'm just going to go with the same length and a breadth. So I'm just going to click and then 2350. Okay, it's okay by us, so we can go with it. All right. So now that is that we have our ante room, we have our entry porch, then we have our living room. All right. So let's go ahead and let's draw. And then I'm going to draw. Okay, let's see. Let's see. All right, we have our entry porch here. We have what again? In my entry porch, assessing the entry porch is used to assess the ante room. All right, so this is my ante room, this is my entry porch, this is my living room, and then I'm going to introduce your visitor's toilet, which is very, very important. All right, visitor's toilet, I'm just going to draw it and put it here, and then adjust this forward a bit to reduce my space because I'm going to have an extrusion coming outside. All right, so now I have this here. So let's check the dimension. Normally, your what do you call it? Your visitor's toilet or your toilet is the lowest standard you can use for it. Sometimes is 4 feet by your 7 feet. All right, 4 feet by what? 7 feet. All right, so it's basically 2 meters by 1.2 meters. That's the least you can use. All right, some persons will go ahead and use lesser than that. So, but for me, the least I use is what? Your 2 meters in length by 1.2 meters in breadth. So you can actually do more than that. All right, so basically, the least I go with is 1.2 meters and 2 meters. All right, so now let's just go ahead and let's see. For this, I'm just going to go with the word to something. If you're not careful here, we will not have an entrance. All right. So okay, let me just go with 2 meters. I'm already seeing my entrance already. Remember, you are envisioning these things even before you start putting them. All right. You are envisioning the entrance. All right. So you are envisioning the exit. All right. So now for anybody to enter this particular, what they call it, for anybody to enter the visitor's toilet, I will have to create an access in this place. Please let's take note carefully. All right, so we are entering into the main deal now. Let's take note. So we have to create an access in this place. So now I'm having 2 meters, right? I'm having 1.2 meters, right? For your 1.2 meters is in to in. That's what we call in to in. That what I mean by in to in is from this point to this point. All right, not from outside to outside. All right, from this point to this point should be your 1.2 meter space. All right, so now let's go ahead and okay, so for this particular access space I can use my 900 that's 0.9 meters. All right, so I'm cool with all that. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is I am going to be drawing the dining and kitchen. All right, forget the one bedroom. That will just come out on a low key. It will come out on its own. All right, so now let's go ahead. Okay, let's just draw a dining in this area. Let me create a little recession to make the roof design beautiful. Please note. All right, you don't just draw a straight line wall. That's not professional. You have to envision the roof from the plan. All right, the roof has to be in your head from the plan. All right, so but for now, take it bit by bit. Understand the basic aspect properly. Just know how to design a floor plan. Then you can start applying everything. You already know how your roof will look like and all that as time goes on. So it's all by experience. All right, so don't be in a hurry. Just follow what I'm doing. All right, so now let's go ahead and let's draw the dining, right? So just use my dining. Remember, it's a one bedroom, so I don't need a very big dining, so I can actually just go with 25, that's 2.5 meters, all right, by 2.5 meters. Good. So now that's that. So I want to also draw the kitchen. So for the kitchen, please take note, very, very, very important. A kitchen must have an access to the lobby which lead to the room, have access from the kitchen to the dining, and have access from kitchen to the exit porch. Watch me as I just explain it pragmatically. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and draw the kitchen. All right. So this is my kitchen, right? So now let me just draw the room the same time so that I can get it very, very, very well. All right. All right. So we are cool. This is what we've been waiting for. Let's get going. Yeah, yeah, cool. All right. Okay. Something might be missing here, but let's just go ahead for now. Okay. So now I've completed all this, and I'm going to explain why I did all this. Or let me just exit this first, and all right. So now we have dining, right? Here is dining, here is kitchen, and here is the room. So from the kitchen, I should have an access to the lobby. All right. From the kitchen, I should have access to the dining, and then from the kitchen, I should have access to a porch. So first of all, I'm going to check the dimension of the kitchen. You might be asking, what dimension should I use for kitchen? Please go with at least, since it's a one bedroom, I can actually go with 2.5 by 2.5. All right. Why for the bedrooms? This is one bedroom. It depends on the client briefing, but I can actually go with at least 12 feet, 3.6 meters by 3.6 meters. At least that is the space that is available for the use um to the resident. All right, the space that is available to use, not putting the toilet inside. All right, might be getting confused now, so let's take it step by step. So now let's go ahead. Let's just talk about the kitchen first. Now the kitchen. So in my kitchen, I should have a porch, right? So now I'm just going to use the side porch formula. So for my side porch, I'm going to be having 1 meters, let's just say 1.2 meters, right? So now we have 1.2 meters for the porch, right? For the porch, we have 1.2 meters. All right. So now I'm just going to go ahead and explain what I was trying to explain before. So for my porch, I'm going to open this particular region. Remember, it's a porch. So a porch is usually open. So it's only beam that is crossing from one point. Don't worry, you understand as time goes on. But let me open this point right now. Let me open it so I understand better. So now I'm going to open it and open it. All right. So okay. What's next? We have from the kitchen to the dining. There will be a door. So my door can be in this area. My door can be in this area. Then from kitchen to the lobby, there will be a door. So my door can be in this area, right? Then from the kitchen to the rear porch, that's from the side porch for this particular case scenario, the side porch. All right. So now my door will be in this area. All right. Usually it is actually complicated, placing your door in a very small area of the room space. So we have a kitchen room here right now. So I've already seen that, okay, I know where I will place my window. My window will be in this direction. The exit door will be in this direction. The entering door from the dining will be in this direction. And then the entering or exit door to the lobby or into the kitchen will be in this direction. All right. So I'm done doing my calculation for the kitchen. All right. So now I'm just going to go ahead and place some important things more. Now let's go to the room. All right. Okay, before we go to the room, let's talk about the kitchen more. For the kitchen, sometimes you place a store, but for this particular case scenario, I'm not going to be placing any store. All right, because it's a small kitchen, usually for just a one bedroom occupant, right? So I don't need any store in that place. So it depends on the client briefing, please. But for me, I'm the client. Remember, I don't need any store in that place. All right. So as time goes on, talking about two bedroom, three bedroom, four bedroom, five bedroom, we will try to introduce a store. All right, so let's go ahead and let's see. So remember this particular lobby here, it's just looking as if here is an exit. No, we have to cover it. We have to cover it. All right, so I don't have to put anything here any longer because I want ventilation to come from this place inside. So I'll put my wall here. In that wall, I'll be having a window in that place. All right, so remember you have to watch it step by step. Don't be in a hurry. This is plan design. You have to watch it step by step. All right, so now basically I'm done with the kitchen. Just follow me. I'm done with the kitchen. I'm done with other aspects. The only aspect remaining for me is the room. Remember, we are dealing with an ensuite room. That is, we are having the kitchen inside the room. Sorry, we are having the toilet, WC, and the shower inside the room. So I'm just going to go ahead and just create my, you see, all right, sorry for that. So I'm just going to go ahead and create it, and then insert the list dimension for, okay, so it's already cool. 1.2 by 2 meters. So what space am I having? 3 meters. Do I want this? If no, then I will have to readjust and see what I can come up with. But for this, let's just edit and let's make it at least 3.6 meters. All right, so let me undo. You can see that we are having 3 meters here. So I don't want this to 3 meters. I want to be at least 3.6 meters. So I'm just going to do some editing in this place. What do? I don't want to bring out this porch any longer. Sorry, I don't want to bring out this wall because I can bring out this wall and increase, but I don't want that. All right, so it will just it will actually totally change the pattern I'm visualizing in my head. All right, so remember, you are the architect. You have to see what you want to do even before you do it. All right, so I'm just going to increase this place. Right, so when I'm done increasing this place, I'll delete every single thing, every single wall in that particular room space. Delete. Then I'll check the dimension. Now, what dimension do I want? I want 3.6, right? So I'm already having 4.5 in this direction. Okay, 4.35 in this direction, right? You can see it, 4.35 in this direction. So I want to have 3.6 space even after putting the WC or and shower. So I'm going to draw it here and then R1200. Okay, so inside it, and we have 2 meters, right? So 2 meters, good. This is what we have here, right? So I'm just going to check and let's see 3.4 meters just for me to add 200, right? So I'll just do that quickly. So as I click and then I edit 3600, cool. You can see it. So now we are good to go. So the next thing you are going to be doing after now, you've created all space required. The next thing you are going to be doing is to start adding some important detail so that even you will not get confused as time goes on. What are those details? Detail like your dash line representing the beams, where you have the beam in the building. So now that's what do you call it? That's direct beam. All right, direct beam. So you have the direct beam in the porch and in this porch. So I'll have one here. I will have one here. All right. So I also have one here. So let's just go ahead and let's do that. So I will use my dash line in my annotate to represent that. So I'll go to annotate and then come to detail line and then hidden line. All right, so now I'm just going to go ahead and draw and draw. All right, so after drawing, I'll go to modify, click offset, and then hit the keyboard 150. So you can see that, sorry, let's do that again. Offset. So you can see that the value you want to offset by, you can write it in this place. So I'm just going to go ahead and just write 150, right? So click OK, and then you can now offset in the direction you want. So after when you're done offsetting, you can see that you are having some anomaly in this place. So to edit that, just go to trim, right? So click click the place that you want to leave. All right, only the place that you want to leave, the place that you want to go, don't click it. So I want to leave this particular direction. I'll click here. I want to leave this place, click. All right, you can see that the place that I did not click went. All right, so let's undo that and let's do it again. We actually, I believe we already used to these things, but let me just do it. So I'll click this place and then click this place. That is that. All right. So now let's go ahead. We already created a beam, a detail showing that okay, this particular place is not a full wall. The wall is not starting from the ground. It will start from the um lintel level. All right. People might be thinking, what's lintel level? Lintel level, lintel level. Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. Every statement will make sense when we start doing modeling. All right. I'll show you guys what the lintel level means. All right. So let's just go ahead and just design the floor plan. All right. So now this is the floor plan, right? This is the kitchen porch, right? So I'm just gonna go ahead and then I don't want to have an extrusion here again because I'm already having too much extrusion. This is just a one bedroom. So for the modern design, I don't want to be having too much extrusion. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just hit my keyboard and then draw my line from this direction to the other direction. And then I'm going to go to modify the same thing I did in the kitchen porch. Just click and then we have this. So you might be asking, the reason I use 150 mm is because I have my wall as 150 mm. So my beam will actually have to go with the dimension, the width of the wall, all right, for alignment purpose. Okay, so now this is what we are having. We have our sketch already. All right, we have our sketch already. So the next thing we're going to be checking now, we have our sketch already. Next thing we're going to be checking now is corrections. Remember, so I'm going to go back and just check and let's see. Start with the rough sketch. We are done with the rough sketch, right? So now check draw wall. We are done drawing wall, right? So add doors and windows. All right. So let's go ahead to our drawing. Before we start adding door and window, we have to confirm. Okay, this particular work design that I've done, is it okay? So you confirm every single space. You have the entry porch here. You have the ante room here. You might be asking, what is the meaning of ante room? The ante room is actually a room you enter before you enter the main room. So for this particular region, I can use my ante room as the mini sitting room or your what you call your waiting room. All right. So you can use your ante room for that. So it's not actually compulsory, but it's dependent on the brief of the client. All right. If the client does not include it in the brief, you can actually suggest it. If the client kick against it, it's your job to leave it. All right. So now let's go ahead. So next thing to do, so this is our ante room, right? This is our living room. This is a lobby. This is a lobby. From here to this place is our lobby, right? So now this place is my ante room. This place is my dining, right? And here we are having the kitchen, right? And here we have on the bedroom. Remember, it's just one bedroom. So right now, I'm just going to go ahead and create another beam here. We left this one beside before. So I'm just going to use my SL2 to slit. So I will slit the middle of this wall and then use my trim tool. Remember, modification tools. Trim, trim, and then trim, trim. You can see it, right? So I'm going to go with detail line and then use my hidden line, which dash line. All right, we have hidden lines here. This one, I'm going to go with this one. We also have this one here. All right, so I'm going to go with the hidden line. So I will just go ahead and draw. Then I will use my offset tool. It's already at 150 because that was where I placed it before. So I'll just click and just hit. And that is that. Alright. So I'm having a beam in the dining. I'm having the beam at the kitchen porch. I'm having the beam at the entrance porch. All right, so that is that. So the next thing to do, according to the step-by-step guide we are following, is add doors and windows. All right, so let's go ahead and let's start adding doors. And okay, so now it's time to start adding doors and windows. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and first of all, I'm going to be starting with the entering door. All right, so everything put together make you understand. So don't get confused. Wait till the end and let's see. All right, so now let's go ahead. So I'm going to go with the entering door. So this is my entrance. Yes, I'm going to put a door in this particular direction. Remember, I'm entering from this direction, right? I'm entering from this direction, right? So this direction I'm entering from. Then from this point, I will travel distance to this point, then enter into this point, right? So, okay, sorry. So I will enter into this point, then, then from this point, I will have access into this point. All right, I will have access into this point, then go to this direction, enter, come to this direction, enter. So you can see the way I will be walking around the building. So I've already envisioned these things in my head. Then from here you can enter your toilet, right? So from here you can enter your toilet, and then that's just how it will work. Then from here, enter, right? So that's just how it will work. So let's just undo, and then let's go ahead. Let me just use this particular detailing I've placed on the drawing to put in the dots. All right, so you understand better. So now let's go ahead and let's start putting doors. So we have our door tool here and then save project. So what I'm going to be doing is Revit actually give you door. Revit actually give you door. All right. So these my doors. These are my doors here. All right. So I can actually go with this particular door here for now. All right. So I'm just gonna click 915 times 21. That's 915 mm by 2.134 meters. So I'm just gonna click this and then I will edit it to the standard size for door I want to use. So please take note as I said, the standard size for your room door is at least 900 mm by 2100 mm. That's 900 mm in breadth by 2100 mm in height. All right, that's the standard size for your door at least in a room. The least standard size for your door in your toilet is 750 mm in breadth by 2.1 mm in height. All right, so 2.1 meters, sorry, 0.75 meters in width by 2.1 meters in height. That's for your toilet. So for your kitchen, is also kitchen also goes with your what they call it, kitchen also goes with your room. So it actually depends on how big the space is. All right, it depends on how big. If your kitchen is like a toilet, you can actually still go with the 750 mm by 2100 mm. All right, but if your kitchen is big enough, then you have to create a very an access door that is also at least 900 mm by 2100 mm. So I'm going to be going with what first? So let me exist this. Remember, I'm going with the entering. Is it? I'm going with the entering door. So for my entering door, I'm not going to be using that particular door. So I'm going to load a door inside Revit and then use it from the family tool I sent to you guys. You can get it there. So I'm going to go to door direct and then load family, then go back and then go with my US metric. Then I'll go with door. All right. So now I'm dealing with residential. So I'll go residential doors. Then I'll just click one at random in this place. Don't worry, the doors that you see in Revit might not be so beautiful. But I'm going to teach you guys how you can get doors. All right, so I'll teach you sites to get doors from. All right, so now let's just click a particular door in this place. Click OK, and then you can select any of them here. If you don't see anyone that suits you, you can just click any of them and do your editing as usual. All right, so I don't see anyone that suits me here. I'll select this one that's a bit close because I'm going with what? Sorry, let's go back. I'm going with entering door, right? So let's just go back and redo it because that's not my entering door. I click 900 by 2100 door. So now let's just go to this point and then residential, right? So I'm just going to go with an entering door. Let's use this for our entering door. Good. So I'm going to choose a particular entering door that actually suits me. All right. Remember that we are actually trying to minimize costs at all points. Minimize cost. This is a one bedroom. I can't be putting my 1.5 meters by 2 meters door in that place. Or I will not go ahead and start putting one point. No, 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 no. I will have to minimize cost, right? So I'm just going to click any of this door because I like that door pattern. I want to use it, right? So I'm just going to click, and then after clicking it, I'm going to edit type. So I'll duplicate and then rename it to 12. Let me use 1200 mm by 2100 mm, right? So I'll click my OK, and then I'm going to use for the width. Remember, for the width we're having 1200, right? Then for the height, we leave it like that, 2.1 meters. So I'm good to go because I've actually done the editing. All right, so now I'm just gonna go with OK, and then I'll go place my door. All right, place my door. So that is that for the entering door. Remember? So now the next place we're going to be opening is this place. So remember, you're thinking about cost. So remember thinking, should I put a door here? Should I not? Nope. You don't need to put any door in that place. What you just do is to create an opening. All right. So I already placed door in this place, a well secured door. I don't need to put a door in this place again. All right. So I'm just gonna go and just use my slit tool and then slit and then delete the part that I want to delete. All right. So I delete this part and then I'll check my dimensions if they are intact. So I want 1 2 again. All right, so 1 2, and then this is the space I'm going to be opening. So in this space you will visualize in your mind and you know that we'll be having a beam in this place. All right, but it's an opening and you can't be having a block work coming upon a block work coming upon a non-structural element. All right, so I'm going to be introducing a beam in this particular place, and the symbol for my beam is to use an annotated line. Though we did it here, right? So to show that we will be having a beam in this place, so I'll just go to annotate and click, and then it's already in my hidden line. So I'm just going to go with the dash line to indicate that okay, while reading, please, this is the beam. So you can see it, right? This is a beam. So directly, this is an opening. All right. So we're now having access from the entry porch into the ante room, from the ante room into the living room. So now we can't just stop there. We have to go ahead. We have to go ahead. We have to go ahead. So now we'll talk about the important ones before we talk about the toilets. All right. So I'm gonna leave the visitor toilet aside for now. So now let's talk about, before we go into our room, let's talk about the dining, kitchens, side porch, and lobby pattern that we just used. All right. So now I'm going to be having an access here, right? So I'll go like this. As I'm working. I'll go like this and then walk to this particular direction, enter into the kitchen. So now you see it, right? So I'm walking like this, enter into the dining, and the dining I walk into the kitchen, right? So now you can see that I don't need any door here again because I already placed a beam showing that this place is open. I placed a beam, this place is open. I placed a beam here is open. I placed a beam here, it's already showing that it is open. All right, for bungalows. All right, it's showing that it is open. All right, so now I'm just going to go ahead and then place a door. So we can easily access the dining. So from the dining, we have to place a door into the kitchen. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and then click the door to edit. Sorry, don't just type. Let's go with the type that they gave us here, 915 mm by 2134 mm. So I'm just going to edit. I don't like such irregular figure. So I'm just going to go with 2100 and then go with, sorry, there's something we did not do right. So edit, then duplicate, and then go with 900 mm by 2100 mm. Right, so now that is that. So 2100 by 900. Right, so you can see for the height 2100, for the width 900. So I'm going to click OK. So now remember that we are trying to create an access point from the dining to the kitchen, right? So I'm just going to go and click. To change the orientation of the door, you can just use your space bar, space key, hit it, hit it, and that is that. All right. So you might be thinking, which direction should I put this door? Should it face direction or should it face direction? Okay, so let's put in direction first. You can see now. You can see that this 900 door, we are not having much space here again. Oh. What are we going to do? Should we increase the kitchen? That's designing. Should we increase the kitchen? Because this is just 900 door now. Here it's looking small. Okay, so let's increase the kitchen. If that be the case, click. Increase our kitchen, right? So we are cool now. So we can put this 900 door here. Remember that the dimension from this point to this point is 900. Right? You can see it 900. So basically from here to here, I'm having 900. So from here to here, I should be having 2.1 meters. All right, let's check it. 2.1. Okay, so 2099.9 anyone. So 2.1 meters. All right, so now that is that. So I've already created an access point into the kitchen. So the next access point to be creating is from the lobby to the kitchen. So now create and let's go. Okay, I don't want to bug the kitchen space too much with doors, so I'm going to open this one towards the direction of the lobby. Click, and then that's that. So the last door I'm going to place in the kitchen is an exit door towards the end, towards the exit porch. All right, so now I'll just put it outside because I don't want to bug the kitchen any longer because we're having a little space in that place. So I'm just going to click and put the door outside. So you might be thinking, so of course I don't know how to place the door. Just if you're going to put the door outside, click the outside line of the wall. That's the exterior part of the wall. If you're going to put the door inside, click the interior part of the wall. All right, so that's how you put it. And if you want to change orientation, you can just use your space bar to change the orientation. So just click and click and click. All right, so I'll just click, and then I will place. Look at it, click, click, click. So that's how you change the orientation. So easy. Just come to point and I'll put them in this direction. And good. So we are done creating access point and exit point from kitchen. So we can easily access kitchen, access the dining. From entering porch, we can access the living room, And then from living room, we can access the dining. From dining, we can access the kitchen, and from kitchen we can access the kitchen porch. From kitchen we can access the lobby. Remember? All right. So one place is blocked here. Where is that place? The room. We can't even access the room. Block is just everywhere in the room. So we have to put a door in that place so we can access the room. All right. Remember our movement? Look at it. We're already having this movement here. So I will have to just go to my door and then put a door in this place. So I will have to change the orientation and put it there. All right, so now we now have a door in this place. So something is also missing. We don't have a door going to the going to the toilet from each space. So for the room, I'm going to go ahead and create the toilet door. So I'm going to hit the toilet door, the door icon, and then edit type. So I'm going to duplicate this and then insert 750 mm by 2100 mm. All right, so that's 210. So edit it and click OK. And then we have this, then we have 750, right? So that's that for width. And then let's go ahead and let's see. Good. You can see we just place it there and then come to this point. Remember, we're having a toilet here again. So I'm going to come to this point and then I'll just place. All right. So that is that for doors. It's time. Let's talk about window. All right. So we actually understand. Oh, something is missing. How do we enter this place? How are we going to be passing the kitchen? Oh, so funny. All right. So let's talk about this. You can see we already create an access in this place. All right. So I'm going to put a door in this place too. All right. So put the door here. That's your 70 door. So I'm going to change it to 900 door. I'm going to place it here again. All right. So now we are good to go. Yeah. So I'm going to clean the work. I'm going to check the work if everything is okay before I go ahead. So I'm just going to click delete, 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 delete all this, delete all this, delete all this, delete all this, then delete all this. All right. So you don't have to be drawing this if you are doing your plan. All right. Just for you to understand how I did all this. Just go straight to the point. Undo, delete, delete, then delete, delete, delete this, delete this, delete this, right? Delete this. So now we are cool. The next thing to do is what? To add the windows. All right. So now it's time to add the windows, right? So now there are few things we have to note before we start adding windows. What is window used for? Window is used for number one, aesthetic, two, ventilation, three, lighting source. If the last two you know hear it well, let me say it again. Ventilation and lighting source. You can actually leave the number one, aesthetic, but don't leave this ventilation and lighting source, because you can't design a plan and the plan will be dark. The rooms in the plan will be dark. No, you can't design a plan and the rooms in the plan will be stuffy. No, you are a professional. You have to do it professionally. All right, so let's go ahead and start inserting the windows. So now just click Windows to go to your load family, and then we're just going to be using the window, right? So go to window and then click open. I'm just going to do, I like one particular window. All right, don't mind my bias. I like one particular window for the room. So I just click this window and then open. So actually, if I don't see the dimension I want to go with in this space, I can actually just click any one and then do my editing. So I actually see the one I want to go with. Let me just go with this one. All right. So the reason I'm going with this one is because windows that have more of height than more of width is actually so beautiful. That's modern window, all right? So it's beautiful in plans. So I'm going to go with this one. You can see the height 1.65 and the width 1.05 meters. I'm going to go with this one. I like it. So now let's start override existing version. Okay, maybe Revit by default already have it in the user interface. I'm going to overwrite it and then wait for it and then come to this place and check. Okay, we have it here already. 10501650. So click. and then we'll start putting our windows. All right. So in putting your window, you first of all start from one of the most important parts of the building. One of the most important part of the building is these two parts: the room and the living room. All right. So I'll put enough ventilation in the living room. Now, you might be thinking, let's just pack windows in this room now. Nope. You don't have to pack window in a room to make it ventilated. No. Remember, window is for what? Aesthetic. Two. So if you make your room too busy with windows, you are just disturbing the beauty of that particular piece you are working on. All right. So I'm just gonna go and do my, and also for cost. If you pack window in this particular room, you are just giving your client too much stress. All right. So now you can see, imagine how much for this window now. This window that was just related to roughly an estimate of this window is around 80, 70k. Imagine you pack like six window in this particular place. That's roughly how much? Roughly 480k for just windows in only the living room. Please put cost put cost intact, put cost first. Let cost be the first. All right. So the reason a client give you brief is because they're looking at their pocket and also their desire, also their dream home. All right. So now let's go ahead and just put only two windows here. Two. So we have to put it symmetrically so that it can be at the same distance from each end. Then I'll just put like two here again. Right. So now that is that. I'm done with this place. So I'm just going to use. I'm going to be using just four there because it's a living room. So I'm going to go to the bedroom and just put two towards the back direction. That's for the rest side and put just one in this place. That's for the bedroom. So I'm done with the most important part, right? So the next part I'm going to go with is the dining. So I'm just going to put the door here symmetrically. And then we having one part here that we ought to put a door, a window. Sorry, I'm sorry for that. A window. So I'm just going to hit the align button, align the door, click this particular interior of the wall and align this door to this interior. So I'm going to click the edge I want to align and then align it. So I can actually put a window here that will ventilate and also act as a lightning source to the ante room. All right, so click the window, and then I'm going to be editing this and put a smaller window in that place. All right, so just click your duplicate and let's go with 750 mm by 1200 mm. All right, so now you've just duplicated but you've not done anything. So we're going to come to this place and then we'll do the main thing. Was that 1200? Okay, 750 for the width, right? Then for the height is what? 1200. All right, cool. So now I'm just going to place it here. Oh shit, something went wrong. Let's just go back and edit. Oh no. Width 75. Who is putting width 75? That was a mistake. So 750, right? So good. Apply, and then let's go back. So good. We have it here. And then for the kitchen, we can also use particular window for the kitchen. We have it here. All right. So we are done placing windows in the most important part of the building. The next thing we're going to be doing now is placing a window in the toilet. Your toilet window is actually your 750 by 600. Sorry, your 600 width by 750 height. All right. So you can go and click the window and load the family. The window family I like using for the toilet is actually just this one. I like single bay. It's called single bay. This one is called the double bay. Please let's take note. All right. So click OK, and then I'll just go. If I don't see what I want in this place, I can actually just click anyone and then do editing. Okay, I have what I want here. So 600 by 750. As you see, the height 750 and then the width 600. All right. So click OK and then click, and then we are good to go. So just go ahead and insert the one bay window in your WC and shower, the toilet, and click here. You're good to go. Yeah, this is all you need to know about window for now. But to place window in all the drawing. All right, so it's cool, right? So thank you. So now let's go ahead and let's talk about placing of test tag. So now, when we are done drawing the rooms and all that, we have to go ahead and start placing tests, all right? So now, in placing tests, it's so easy. Just name every single part of the row, every single enclosure, that's every single closed loop. Name it, all right? You can't just design a building and just leave it like that now. No, you have to place the name in a particular area. Like here now, it's a bedroom. You have to tag it with a name. It's a living room. You have to tag it with a name. It's an ante room. You have to tag it with a name. Entry porch, tag it with a name. Visitor toilet, tag it with a name. Lobby, tag it. Dining, tag it. Rear porch, tag it. Kitchen, tag it. All right. So you have to put the name tag. You have to tag them because majorly you can't just deliver even if this is a sketch, even if this is just the basic, this is design, all right, you can't just deliver a design like this. Your client will not understand it. You have to put the names, right? The room tag, name them. So let's go ahead and name the room, all right? So we can actually do it using text or just do it using the room tag, all right? So now, for me, I actually use test directly. So let's use test directly because room tag, okay, you can actually go to room tag, but just for this, let's just go test. All right, so now click your test tool and let's just name any part first. You can name the living room first or any of them you want to name first. So click here and let's just say, basically for official use, I don't actually name my what do they call it? My sitting room as sitting room or living room. I just use one kind grammar. All right, one nice grammar that will just nice everything up. I just call it my main launch. All right, so main launch, right? So now click and then just centralize it. Good. So now you can see this text is too big. Architectural design is all about beauty. Anything you are putting in architectural design is beauty. Please. So I'm just going to go ahead and just put some beautiful text in this place, right? So just click and then I'll go and edit the text. All right. So I'll click my edit button and come to this direction and just rename, duplicate, and just say, okay, um, should we name it as two? Okay, let's go with 2 meters test. All right, so 2 minute test, two sorry, 2 test. That's what I mean, 2 test. So click, and then this part of the text talking about the graphic of the text. Which color do you want to use? So should we go with something spectacular? Let's go with this color. I don't know what you think, but let's just go with it. If it's not fine, you can change it in your own. All right. So now that is that for the graphics. I'm just gonna leave everything the same, or I can increase the line weight to 3. All right. So you can go with anything you want to go with as long as it's visible and it's explicit. All right. So imagine, you know that beauty is actually defined by an individual. So everybody has what you define as beauty. All right. So I'm going to go ahead with this, but beauty must be beauty. All right. Whether you define beauty as A or beauty as B, it must be beautiful. All right. So I'm going to go with 3 and go with for my line weight. For the color, I'm going to go with the orange color. For the line weight, I'm going to go with 3, and let's go with a beautiful text font. Let's go with which of them? I like going with Bodoni MT. All right, I like going with Bodoni empty, so I'm going to click OK, and then I'm done. Okay, the main part is not done, so let's reduce this and then click OK. So now we are here. You can see we already have our test here. So it's now beautiful, right? So we're going to go hit the test and copy. So I'll paste it here. Why am I pasting it here? I don't have to go and click test again and come and put it here and edit. No, I can copy this one and put it here, and then I will just double click it to edit it. All right, so hit it and hit my anti-row uppercase anti-room. All right, so anti-room. Yeah, so we have it here, and then copy this again to this direction. We have here is what? The entering port, right? Here is the entry porch. Entering porch. So I'm going to copy this and then I will put it there. WC slash shower, right? So click and then just move to this direction and then we have it here, right? So now I have all these named already. So I'm having the under WC. I don't have to just go and copy, paste, edit, or just copy this one since they are same. I'll put it here, right? So I'll put it here and then okay, let's copy this and put it in the lobby and then edit it so that we'll put our lobby there. Lobby, okay, lobby. All right, so move it and then move it aside and then let's go ahead to the dining, copy and then paste here and then we're going to be using the dining, right? So dining, good. So the next one is what? The kitchen, right? So I'm going to place my kitchen, all right? So kitchen, and the next one is what? The rear porch, the side porch, sorry. You can name it as a kitchen porch or just porch. All right, so I'm just going to go with just porch. So shift it into, yeah. So now that is that. So the next one is the last one is the bedroom, right? So I'm just going to go and just name the bedroom. So I will have to indicate if it is just bedroom or an ensuite bedroom. So I'm going to come to this place and just with small tests, right? Ensuite. All right. So now that is that. So I'm done tagging the rooms. All right. So if anybody check this plan out now, you will see that okay, everywhere is defined. You can see something here. Now, if you want to print this work out, I just went with this color to actually show you that you can change color. But for me, most times because of printing, I will have to go with the black color. All right, so I'm going to go back and edit the text. Remember, it's just one text that we use, so this is a layer. All right, this is a text type. So if I edit anything here, it will affect every single thing. So let's just go ahead and edit it and put it as black and click OK and now apply, and then that's that. So we are done for the test. So the next one we're going to be talking about is adding of components in your work. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's start inserting our components, right? So first of all, talking about components, these are components here. Remember, you can be inserting for general components. I'll come to this place and start inserting the general component. All right. So now, let's first of all, we insert components in kitchen, right? Insert component in dining, right? Insert component in the main lounge, anteroom, entry porch, WC shower, and then we insert all components here. All right. So, but components are actually sometimes an issue in Revit because the component that you actually need you might not see it in Revit. So we'll download some from sites. I'm going to show you like 2 sites that you can download some component from. All right. So now let's go ahead. Please pay very close attention to what I'm trying to teach you right now. So let's start from the room. Let's add component to the room. All right. So now I'm just going to use the component library I already have. All right. So now I'm going to combine the Revit component library and the personal component library I have. Not too much because now I can't be stressing myself putting components in my rooms when my video already have everything. Video already have all these components. So by using any your rendering software already have all these components. All right. So basically just teach you how to get extra component. I'll just go ahead and teach you all this. But V-Ray will cover every single thing I'm just trying to teach you now. All right. So now, not to keep this aside because you might need it if you're stranded. Now, let's talk about the room. All right. So let's just go and let's in this room space, click your component, and then let's save projects. Revit is just trying to help us save projects. So let's click and load family. All right. So I'm going to go back and then go with, remember, it's room. Go with furnitures. Then for the furnitures, I'm just going to go with bed. All right, so you can go, you can see how they are here. So you can actually go with any of the any of the family here. That's the bed family that you want to use. Okay, so I can just go with this, click and open, and then insert here. So one good thing about Revit family is that it can be easily edited. All right, so I can come to this place and just increase size. All right, so but for downloaded families, you some of them you rarely see the one that you can edit. So I'm going to go with the king size of the bed. Let's see. All right. We have here parking space, right? So no, I'm not going to go parking space. Let's go with the bed. Bed is this okay? Yeah. So let's see what they have under the bed. The bed is not showing here. Okay, look at it here. So we have the queen, the double, the twin. So I'm gonna go with queen. Let's just get the biggest size. Just place the bed in this direction. So in placing the orientation of the components is very, very important because to determine the available space that is actually open for workability in the room space. So to actually change the orientation of your bed, you can use your space bar, hit space bar, and rotate it along a direction. All right, so you can use the space bar and just rotating it. So that is that until it gets to a particular orientation that suits what you are trying to do. So for me now, I need more space. All right, so I'm just going to pull the bed in this particular direction. But this bed is very small, but it's normal bed, right? It's normal bed. Just that the room is a bit big. All right. So let me check, please. 3.6 meters. So now I can just put the bed in this particular place. All right. So now this is my orientation. So I can go ahead and put chairs here. So anyone want to put, just go ahead and hit my component and then load family and then go back. Settings. Okay, I like using this chair. So just open and then just put a chair here. Or you can actually change the direction. So it depends on your taste. So I can put a chair here, all right. So go back and I'll put a table here for relaxation. Table here, so a chair and table. So I'll go back and just the button, then I'll go back and check tables. All right. So for tables, let's just say I will go with this. All right. Let's just click this. Oh, it's too big. So what do? We can actually edit the dimension of the table. So come to this point, edit. And then let's use half width. Say 450, right? So I'm going to reduce the half width. Okay, let's just go to this place and just do length and width. All right. So now, let's just say for the length, let's go with 1200. For the width, let's go with 400. All right. So now apply, click OK, and then we have a smaller table. All right, so we can place that there. So that's that for the living room. So you can place more components there. All right, so now let's go ahead. So I'm going to show you. Let's see, I have a bed. Yeah, so I can just move this and then use the bed I have. Yeah, let's go to. So I have a place I save some Revit families. So okay, where did I put it? I think under with family. Yeah. So yeah. So now I have just few families here. Let's see. Where is that bed? Okay. Please hold on. Let me search. Okay. Yeah. So this is a bed. You can see that we have a more beautiful bed. So you will let it upgrade for a while and then to open. You can see that it's more beautiful, right, compared to the one that we have in the Revit directly. All right. So now You can put this here also. So now we were done with this space. The next space is where the main launch. All right. Next space is the main launch. All right. So let's talk about the main launch. Go to components, load family, and then I'm just gonna pick some few chairs here. Pick this chair, select multiple, and then I'll just open this chest, and then what else? Remember, I'm going to deal with dining, so I'm going to load a dining table. Okay, we have one here. What else am I going to load? I'm going to deal with kitchen. Let's load our cooker. Select everything and load it into Revit. So, what else am I going to load? Good. So let's go with this first. Open everything. So wait for all of them to load. All right. So since they are external, they are more beautiful. All right, so now let's just go ahead and so this one is open to editing, so we can edit this one to a size that we want. All right, so you can see the dimension here, right? Is it really open to editing? No, my leather black is not open to editing, so I can actually, let's see, two seats. Let's put one here. Okay, so let's put one here. um so now let's delete this. We have, okay, so components. Now, in placing of your chair, you have to visualize where you first of all put the TV or your plasma and the TV console or anything you are putting. The storage, you have to visualize it before you start putting your chair. Or you can go ahead and just start putting the storage first. So any of them you want to do. All right. So I'll just go ahead and already used to hit the component and then go back and let's look for that's our library. Go back, go for US metric, right? Then I'll go with my furnitures. Then let me go with this is my TV plasma here. I will need a storage. All right. So which way storage can we go with? Maybe it does not have the storage that we want. All right. So but we can get that Siberia, but let's just go with the TV for now. Open. So let's go with TV stand. Open. And then just rotate, place. Then load family again, go with your TV, then rotate and then place. Alright, so we can see that we have our TV in this direction. So since we are having the TV in this direction, we ought to have the chair orientation pointing towards the direction. Alright, so go back to your component, go back to the chairs, look for it. So we have it here, and then just go and place another one in this place. Another one, then another one here if possible. But now it's looking like it's not possible because it's too small. But let's just put it and then let's adjust it if need be. All right, so I'll just adjust it. All right, so now that is that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and place a table there. Okay, so I have 1800 to 9. Let's put this one there. All right, so that is that. So I've actually placed the components in that particular place. So we put money again. We have our anti rooms. Remember, it's a waiting room, so it also have a chair also. So I'm going to place just few chairs there. First of all, let me put table is too big. Let's just go with only chair because the area. Remember, it's a one bedroom, so you don't have to stress yourself too much. All right, so just put a chair there. Align the chair to the wall. Okay. So move. Good. It's too close to the entrance. So I can just shift it. Okay. So now that is that. So let's just talk about, okay, let's go to the dining and let's place a dining. So now, so we have it here, right? So we can see where is our dining. So dining room table. So click it.
And then just oh no, it's too big for this place. You can't even edit it. So let's see if they have a smaller one underneath. Oh, no smaller one. So let's just go to Revit and then Revit family, big component, load family. Let's say table. Let's go with this dining and let's see. Okay, so it's small enough. Let's go with this. So let's just go with the dining. Then let's go to our kitchen. In kitchen, we need a sink. We need a cooker. It's a small kitchen, so you don't need too much. Cooker and a cabinet if need be. So now let's just go and then look for the cooker, right? So we'll place the cooker in this direction, and then what else? There's the sink, right? So just gonna come to this place, load family, go back, and go to plumbing. Plumbing, not furniture this time, but plumbing. Go to architectural, go to pictures, and then look for the sink here. We have our sink, so I'm going to go with the double sink. Right, so click and then open, place it in this space. All right, so now what else are we going to be putting? Let's put a storage. All right, load family, go back, go back to furniture, go back to furniture, right? So storage. What storage are we going to be using for this kitchen? Maybe does not have much storage. We're gonna get that in V-Ray, but let's just go with something simple, small, and also nice at the same time. Let's go with this basic entertainment. It's not actually a kitchen storage, but it's might be big and will be useful. All right, so that is that. So we are done putting the storage. What else are we going to be putting? I think we are done basically